All right, well, as the trucks get out on the grid there, we've got the number 91 truck of Cody Kutzner in taking the pole position here. We have Jacob Fife in the 36 truck on the outside pole.
Starting in row number 2 is going to be Brendan Kohler, and to his outside will be Brad Patton.
Starting in row number 3, we have the 53 truck of James Hudson and the 88 of Michael Duell.
Rolling off in row number 4, and the number 77 truck will be Kyle Wicca, and to his outside, Anthony Yankello.
Row number 5 has the 63 truck of Big Papa Fife, Jim Fife there, and the number 26 truck of Daniel Howell.
Alan Roll is going to roll off in 11th, and Billy Jones will be at his outside in the 12th starting position.
Starting 13th, the 15 truck of Michael Stroll, and the 9 truck of Chance Manning.
Rolling off 15th is going to be Jeff Barger in the number 31 machine, and starting in 16th will be the number 17 of Chris Freeman.
The 81 truck of Charles Counts is starting 17th, and 18th on the grid is the 5 of Justin Kane.
Rolling off in the 19th position is our defending champion, Matt Busa, in the number 34 machine, and to his outside will be the number 51 of Todd Larrabee.
Next we have the 37 of Ryan Manning and the 96 truck of Dalton England.
And rounding out the field will be the number 7 of Thomas Ridgway in 23rd position, and in 24th, last truck on the grid tonight, Trevor Marshall Gable and the number 12 machine, as we are one lap away from taking the green flag.
All right, as they finish off this last pace lap here, I think this first lap is, the first corner I think is going to kind of tell the tale, because these Martinsville restarts can have a little bit of an accordion effect to them, so we'll see how these guys get off, but there's usually a bit of bang and beating as they get ready for the start here. So they're going through the last set of corners, so they get ready to take the green flag, and we are green as the 91 truck leads them down.
And a very good start from the 91 truck. He will clear Jacob Fife as they head up. Oh, a little bit of a bump, about 6 or 7 trucks into the field there. The 31 got a bump from the 81. Those two are having a little bit of problems there in practice, so already getting some beating and banging going on lap number 1, but a pretty clean start here. Oh, now we got a truck on the wall, big crash here on the front straightaway. It looks like we've got the 72 machine of Billy Jones is in the wall. Let's see here, looks like Alan Roll's going to get a piece of it. The 51 of Todd LeBear was involved, and I'm thinking that Daniel Holloway might have gotten a piece of that too, Trevor.
Yeah, caution is out on the track here to clean up those trucks and give everybody a chance to get off the track there. So we made it to 1 lap before we had their first caution, although, like I said, it was a pretty clean restart there, but they couldn't make it all the way back to start-finish before they started getting into each other.
Yeah, Trevor, unfortunate there for the 72 of Billy Jones. We're going to watch the replay here and try and see if we can diagnose what happens. It looks like the 72 thought he was just going to clear the 81 coming off of turn number 4 there, but unfortunately he was definitely not clear as they came out of the turn and just pulled right up in front of him, clipped him, and went head on into the wall. And that started probably a little bit of a chain reaction there from behind. The 51 truck of Todd LeBrie just had nowhere to go, smashes right into the 72 machine of Billy Jones, and unfortunately Todd LeBrie and Bruce Knowing have already taken their trucks to the garage, and we're only on lap 2, Trevor.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to get, like once an accident starts happening here, we always talk about the big ones at Daytona and Talladega, but you get a track like this where it's so narrow where there's nowhere to go that the big ones happen here for sure as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, and things happen here pretty quickly. I mean, the speeds aren't necessarily all that ridiculously high compared to some of the other tracks we go to, like Bristol, another half-mile track, but things still happen pretty fast here, and it can be difficult to get stopped real quickly, and unfortunately a couple of trucks like the 51 found that out.
Yeah, I was actually looking down pit road there while we were talking there, and the 18 truck of Brendan Kohler there came down, got 4 fresh tires, and I noticed that he had some damage, so he has used his reset up for the night, so he cannot afford to have any more damage on that truck for the rest of the night, and that's a long night to come.
Yeah, only working lap number 6 right now. Looks like the pace lights are off atop the Ford Mustang first pace car. Should be doubling back up here for the restart here at Martinsville on lap number 6. Coming to lap 7 of this 200 lap event. Do want to mention though real quickly before we take the green flag that the man currently 3rd right now, Brad Patton, is leading the Rookie of the Year standings. And Patrick Wright's right behind him as the number 91 of Cody Kunzer is going to get the green flag, and we're back underway here at Martinsville Speedway.
While the 91 truck gets a nice jump and he is out and clear of traffic, which is exactly where you need to be at Martinsville, is out with the clean air all around you because nobody can hit you when you're out there.
Once again, another decent start here. A couple of side-by-side racing back there for the 4th position right now, but everyone else kind of settling out, trying to log some laps. Oh, and we got the 17 moving in here, or excuse me, the 77, beg your pardon, of Kyle Wicca moving to the inside now of the 53 truck of James Hudson. That currently right now a battle for the 5th position. It looks like Kyle's going to clear him coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, looks like we got a lot of front to back single line action here as everybody's kind of trying to keep their nose clean and probably log some laps in there. I bet you the crew chiefs are probably yelling at the guys saying, "Hey, just keep it going straight." And it's a long race here. We got a long ways to go, so there's no need to be pushing anything too soon.
Absolutely, you gotta get out there and log some laps, get those trucks. Kind of get a feel for how your truck rides, get some tire wear going on them, and then we'll have those guys probably calling in to their crew chiefs and either screaming that they need adjustments or saying that their truck handles really well. I think I know a guy that has the truck handling really well, and that's going to be our leader right now, of Cody Knutson, the number 91 truck. He's worked it out to about a half-second lead right now over Brad Patton, who, like I just mentioned, is currently leading the Rookie of the Year standings.
Yeah, and that's like we were mentioning, like that is basically right exactly where you want to be. Everybody can kind of keep their nose clean as best they can, but if you're out in front, then you're kind of dictating that pace. And we got a pass for looks like about 5th or 6th position back there.
Yeah, Trevor, that was the 34, Matt Busa, I do believe, making his way around the 53 truck of James Hudson, sliding back just a little bit here on the early going of this green flag run. Have to keep an eye on that and see if maybe his truck comes back as the run goes on. And Matt Busa, Trevor, remember, he's our defending champion of this series here at the Integrity Racing League. But so far he's off to a poor start. He missed a couple of races, and he's had some bad luck in the races that he's been a part of with a couple of crashes, and he's looking to rebound here. He's sitting 25th in the points coming into tonight's race.
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, if you remember the last time we were on the air and broadcasting here, Matt had a horrible night at Bristol, and he ended up finishing 23rd that night. So that was just part of the bad season he's had so far. So hopefully he can rebound, because we all know that he can certainly. He's a wheel man behind the when he gets behind the wheel of that truck there, and he can get things done for sure. So hopefully his bad luck is broken and he can get a good finish tonight. Absolutely,
and another guy that I know is wanting to break the bad luck streak tonight as well is, of course, the leader, Cody Knutson. He actually entered in tonight's race 38th in points, so I think he might be a little bit new to the league, so it's good to see him having a strong showing out here this evening thus far. I know we're still very early, only working lap 17, but he's doing a pretty good job. He's actually pulling away from Brad Patton just a little bit. He's gained, he went from about a half a second lead now. It's right at 0.8 now, and Jacob Fife is hanging out in 3rd right now, and Michael Dool is in 4th place. Haven't talked about him yet tonight, but I'm sure that he won the race at Bristol that we broadcasted, Trevor.
Yeah, Michael Dool's actually sitting 2nd in points as well, so he's looking at getting a lot of points in here tonight. And Martinsville is kind of like one of those. It's not quite the wild card that a Daytona or a Talladega can be for sure, but it is. It can add a little bit of its thing, and I think the 19 truck just got a little bit sideways there.
Yeah, Brad Patton currently running in 2nd, got a little loose. The 77 also got loose coming off of turn 2 that last lap, and that allowed the 34 of Matt Busa to jump and jump under him, go into the back straightaway, and he takes the spot and moves into 5th. So put that 34 truck into the top 5 now on lap number 20, or 20.
Yeah, that's some smart racing there, because like I said, I mean, it's such a single groove track to a degree. I mean, you really can't make a lot of ground if you're racing side by side. So the smart move is just stay tucked in behind the the tailgate of the truck ahead of you and wait for them to make a mistake and make your move then rather than forcing things. And looks like the 19 just got a little loose again coming off that corner. He is really fighting that truck, so he's going to be looking to make some adjustments on that first pit stop.
Yeah, and the thing he's got to worry about now, Trevor, is heating up those rear tires and making the truck even more loose, but he's still got a decent gap. I think Jacob Fife knows it's an early part of the race. Jacob Fife in the 36 running in 2nd right now, or excuse me, in 3rd. I think he realizes we're still very early in the race, and he's trying to give Brad Patton some room to maybe calm those tires down just a little bit and get back into a nice smooth rhythm, and he's getting back there right now.
Yeah, and actually that's a great point, Chad, because I mean, Jacob could have pushed that issue there and said, hey, he's getting loose, he's opened up the door, let's just stick my nose in there. But at this early in the race, I don't think that's the right move. I think the right move is just kind of tuck in. Oh, and we got a truck sideways coming off. The 77 truck just got sideways coming out of turn 2 there, and looks like he's getting passed on the outside now.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time the 77 has been gotten loose again coming off turn 4. He's another truck just like Brad Patton that is really fighting the loose condition here tonight, Trevor. That's Kyle Wicca in the 77 machine. It's a really pretty race truck, though, with the speed energy drink there, but unfortunately he's going to back that thing in the wall if he's not too careful there. He's got to really calm those tires down right now. He's really fighting that thing.
Yeah, and while we were watching that, Jacob Fife has gotten around the 19 truck and is now moved into 2nd position, and looks like he's pulling slightly away, which isn't surprising. So I'm not sure when that pass went, but looks like...
The 19 really slid going into the corner there, Trevor, and he's sliding again coming off the turn. Boy, the 19, Brad Patton, has really made those tires angry at him right now, and he's going to let the 88 of Michael Dool in the... Oh, and he's sliding again. Man, he is loose. He's like driving on ice out there, Trevor.
Yeah, absolutely. He is a danger out there to himself and to others at this point in time. Brad's got to take a little bit of time here and let those tires cool down, or else he is going to end up in that wall with no time.
And want to point... Oh, the 34 of Matt Busa just got into the back of Michael Dool coming out of turn number 2 there. Gives him a little bit of a nudge in the left rear. Not sure that he meant to do that, but he just had such a strong run coming out of the turn compared to Michael Dool. And from what I can see, it looks like that gave a little bit of damage to Michael Dool in the 88, but fortunately this is Martinsville. We don't really have to worry too much about damage so long as it's just light contact.
Yeah, the fenders can be bent in all they want as long as that wheel is straight and true, then you're going to be in good shape.
Just want to point out that we actually only had 20 trucks start the race here, Trevor. I'm not sure what happened to the other 4 that we had mentioned that were on were in the grid for tonight's race, but we'll have to see if we can find out what's going on with them. Maybe some electrical issues, or didn't pass inspection or something, because they didn't make the starting line. But out of the 20 trucks that started, 1 truck has retired from the race, and that would be the 51 of Todd Labrie, who's involved in that lap 2 caution. As I'm looking here, Matt Busa is working the back bumper of Michael Dool's bumper right now.
Yeah, actually another point I wanted to follow up there, Chad, is that 18 truck. I was talking about him a little bit earlier with the taking the reset after he got that damage there of Brendan Kohler. He is one of a few drivers that is actually on probation this week due to a high incident count at the last race there. So if he exceeds the incident count for tonight, and that is 14, then he will actually earn himself a suspension. So I think he's probably going to be out there driving a little bit careful.
Oh, and the 19 truck just got turned around, and he is hard into the wall. He went head-on into the wall, the 19 of Brad Patton. And we're going to have to see if he had some help. I think he might have just gotten really loose again, Trevor, but I just looked up and saw him wrecking, and I do believe that he actually got loose. Now that I'm going back and trying to check it out on the replay, the 19 of Brad Patton just got really hot into the corner. Probably bounced the tires there when he was trying to hit the brakes, and he was trying to keep it off of, I believe that was the 53 truck of James Hudson that was going on its inside. And unfortunately, Brad Patton just went head on into the wall, and he's got some heavy damage now to that number 19 truck.
Yeah, that was a case of he got loose, and then once the tires caught grip again, all of a sudden his wheel was facing the wrong direction. It just sent him right into that wall. Another point with that wreck there is the 77 truck, Kyle Wicca, spun just in front of him as well, and didn't look like he hit the wall, didn't get any damage, but he spun, so his tires are going to be a little bit heated up as well.
And that actually trapped Kyle Wicca a lap down. He is being shown in 18th right now in the 77 machine. And looking here, doesn't look like we're going to have any takers on to pit road. I'm sure some of the guys towards the back will step in and try to get some tires. I would hope that the 19 truck will.
I think the 19 truck needs some tires, an adjustment, and a fresh pair of underwear.
And probably a new hood to go with it.
Yeah, actually, just looking back, the 19 truck had actually already hit pit road. He didn't waste any time, so he has already gone in and gotten his reset taken care of, and hopefully got some adjustments so that truck won't be quite as much of a handful.
And it looks like now that we come back around, the 77 truck will come down pit road. Remember, you'd said he had a little spin right there where the 19 was spinning. So Kyle Wicca going to bring that Speed Energy truck down pit road here. See if he can. He was pretty loose there as well. So we'll have to see if he can get new tires and make sure that he can fix it. Because I just remembered, Trevor, this is actually a fixed setup series. So these guys can't really make adjustments to their trucks. All they really have is to do is change tires and add some fuel. So they're kind of limited to what they can do. They just got to more or less kind of change the way they're driving to make adjustments to the car.
Yeah, that's a great point, Chad, because, I mean, that's one of these, we're going on about how each of these trucks is a little bit loose and whatnot, and I'd forgot that it was a fixed setup here. So everybody here has the same thing underneath that hood. They've got, the same adjustment, the same, cross weight and everything. So this is a matter of how these guys are driving these trucks, and some people are driving them in such a fashion that they're getting the tires heated up, they're getting the car out from underneath them. So that's a great point to bring up there, Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pace lights are off the top of the pace car here, and we're going to double them back up and go back green here. Had a very nice green flag run there just a minute ago there, Trevor, so hopefully we can get another win in here. It's the 91 of Cody Knuts, who's led every lap thus far. Going to bring him down. Green flag, and he jumps it out there, and he will clear Jacob Fife really quickly. Michael Duell now looking under Jacob Fife as they head off into turn number 1. And it looks like Michael's going to clear him coming off the turn. And now Matt Busa, he's still charging towards the front, Trevor. Remember, Matt Busa in the 34 truck tonight, he started way back in 19th position, so he's already fighting for third place. He's really come up through the field.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, that's a guy who's looking for a little bit of redemption out here because he knows he can get it done. So that's got to be frustrating. I mean, you know you can get the job done, and you've had nothing but bad luck after bad luck. So he's probably out there on a mission and looking for that first position.
Yeah, and I also want to point out that the defending winner of the Martinsville race from last year was, or last season here in the Integrity Racing League, was Joe Slamma, and he is not here tonight. So we're going to have a new race winner at the Martinsville Speedway this season, and looks like now Michael Duell is tracking down the 91 of Cody Knuts right now. He's only a couple truck lengths back right now.
Yeah, and just to tidy up on a little bit of business there as well, Billy Jones in the 72 truck was the lucky dog on that last caution. He got one of his laps back.
Yeah, battle for the lead here, Trevor. The 88 of Michael Duell just went around entering turn 3, the 91 of Cody Knuts, and now Matt Busa is going to follow. And oh boy, Matt Busa almost overdrove the turn there just a little bit, but he's going to fly into second place. But new leader here, the 88 of Michael Duell.
Wow, it's amazing to see actually after this first little bit, because I mean it looked like the 91 truck was untouchable for the first part of the race there, and so it'll be interesting to see how he handles getting back in a little bit of traffic there now.
But Trevor, I want to point out something here. This 34 Matt Busa, who's now all over Michael Duell for the lead. They had a practice session on Wednesday night at the Integrity Racing League, and Matt Busa was the fastest truck in that practice session. So Matt Busa knows a little something about getting around Martinsville, and he's hunting for the lead right now, all over the 88 truck, looking left and right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At this point in time, I think knowing that Matt is fast, I mean, Michael Duell might be best to just kind of, maybe let him go and then follow him for a little bit and see what's going on. But I mean, you know as well as I do, once you get out that lead position, you do not want to let that clean air out in front of that truck go.
Boy, but Michael Duell got really loose in the middle of 1 and 2 there, and that's going to allow Matt Busa to get a little bit of a fender. Now he's out his door. Boy, this is some cloak racing. They might beat and bang just a little bit. Drag racing it down the front straightaway. Matt Busa, though, has the preferred line unless Michael Duell jumps down in front of him. But, of course, a little bit early for that, more than likely. So Matt Busa, they drag race side by side again. This is a great battle for the lead here, Trevor, as they head off into turn number 3.
Yeah, this was impressive. I mean, it's amazing that the 88 truck is actually able to hold it on that outside lane, because that is a hard lane to race there, and he is keeping pace with him. But I think he's eventually going to have to give up that spot, because I don't think he can keep this up.
And right there, Matt Busa is going to clear Michael Duell. Coming off at turn number 2, put that 34 truck, our series defending champion, back in the lead here, at Martinsville. And I'm sure he's got to have a huge smile on his face right now, because he's, like we've mentioned earlier in the show tonight, he's had some bad luck this season.
Yeah, and he's probably smiling ear to ear, or he's either got a big smile on his face right now, or he's just got that grimace of, yeah, I told you I could get this truck up front, and he's just going to run away, I bet.
And remember, he started in 19th tonight, so he's had to pass a lot of trucks to get up there and take the lead, so he's definitely got this place figured out. And just looking back through the field here, pretty much everyone is single file, not too many battles going on right now. The truck second through, I want to say about 7th or so are all lined up right here, playing follow the leader, I guess you could say, but they're all trying to get runs on the guys in front of them. Maybe think about getting a pass or two here shortly.
Seeing a bit of banging and beating and banging there from second on back to 7th position there. Matt Busa is just running away from this field, but the rest of the guys are just all over each other. I mean, the speed that you enter in these corners, I mean, you have such a difference in braking points and speed going in there that there's just inches away for these guys get from each other, and one simple mistake and all of a sudden everything goes bad. But these guys are doing a good job so far.
Yeah, Trevor, everybody's just trying to, mostly right now, probably trying to take care of their tires. If we have a real long green flag run, we want to save those 4 good years for the end of the run, so you can try and make some moves before we either have another caution or have to make a green flag pit stop. Lo and behold, oh, we got a truck on the wall. The 15, I think, just bounced it off the wall. That was the 15 of Michael Stroll, and he kept it straight, but he really got loose coming out of turn 2 and bounced it off the wall.
Yeah, I was noticing him just before he mentioned there that he was looking a little bit squirrely there, so I'm not surprised that he lost control at least a little bit, but he keeps her going straight, so that's the important thing right now, I think.
Yeah, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the right side of that truck. I can't really get a good angle at it to see if he did, but I know he smacked it pretty good. But his lap times, that lap right there, he just ran a 20.9, and our leader Matt Busa ran a 20.5, so he's a little off pace. We'll have to keep up with that now that I get a good look at it there, Trevor. He's got a little bit of right front damage to that number 15 machine.
Yeah, actually, I was just looking at our leader, the 34 truck of Matt Busa there, and he's basically before he's going to start. He's got about straight away here before he's going to end up running into some lap traffic here, Matt Busa in the 34 truck. So it's not going to be long before he's going to have to. Ooh, wow, I actually just watched him coming off of the turn there, off of turn 4 there, and he's a little bit loose and fighting that truck.
It seems like a lot of folks here tonight, Trevor, are fighting a little bit of loose condition. Not sure if it's the certain tire Goodyear brought this week, or if maybe there's the setup that we were talking about earlier might be a little loose. We'll have to see if we can keep an eye on Matt Busa and see if he keeps getting loose. But man, you're right, he is checked out on the field. He's almost just shy of a 2-second lead right now, which might not sound like a too terrible lot, but in Martinsville, that's a pretty comfortable lead.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see what happens when he comes up on this lap traffic here, because there's, being such a tight track, there's not a lot of room to get out of the way. I mean, obviously you get up in that high lane, but speaking from experience, I know that once you get off of that gray part going through the corner there, then all of a sudden, there's dragons out there, and they'll grab your truck and just whip it around on you.
Whew, dragons. I don't want to race with those guys.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, that's the big deal, is the fact that you can have the best intentions, and this coming from a slower driver myself, and you can always have the best intentions of staying out of the way, and sometimes that backfires on you, and you say, hey, go ahead, leader, and all of a sudden, uh-oh, wait a second, now I'm spinning sideways, and now I feel horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. This battle here of second through fifth right now, Trevor, starting to heat up a little bit more. The 91 of Cody Canuts. Remember, he was leading the first several laps of the race here tonight. He actually led 40 laps before Matt Busa and Michael Duell took over. But the 91 kind of creeping back into the picture here on the back of the 88 of Michael Duell right now, and looking a few trucks behind them. You mentioned earlier the 18 of Brendan Kohler has been fairly loose in the race tonight. He's hanging out in sixth right now, and still a little loose. Looks like he's fighting it, but he's still hanging with this top five group here. Only a few truck lengths behind the 53 right now, who rides in fifth.
Yeah, and looks like our leader is just about to come up on those two trucks up ahead of him, Billy Jones and Jim Papa Fife there. So, and they're they're racing with each other, not for position right now, but they're trying to stay in line, because you get out of that preferred line, then you're just going to lose a lot of time. So they're going to try to keep as much speed going as possible while letting the leader by. So this should be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, absolutely, Trevor. Just want to give a quick rundown of where our top five in points run right now, as we're on board with Matt Busa, our current leader, here on the ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network. Right now, of course, the championship leader coming in to tonight, Matthew Wright. Trevor is not on track tonight. He is sitting this one out. So, interesting storyline there to keep going over the next several weeks to see how that affects him in the championship standings. Michael Duell came in second tonight. He's currently running in second position. So Mr. Consistent right there in the 88 truck. Jacob Fife comes in third in points tonight, and he's currently running in fourth place. And Brad Patton came in tonight fourth in points, and he was involved in that wreck earlier, unfortunately, the second caution of the night. And he has worked his way, though, back up to 11th position right now. Brad Patton in the number 19 truck, as the leaders work on some of the lap down cars right now. And of course, Brendan Kohler, who came in tonight fifth in points, is I don't see him on my list here either, Trevor. Oh, yeah, never mind. Just kidding. He's in the number 18 machine tonight. He's currently running in sixth. Sorry, I've just went temporarily blind there.
It's okay. Sometimes we have mini strokes up here in the booth. It's it's the altitude here, so we can see the entire track. Whew, and actually, as the leaders, the second, third, fourth, and fifth place trucks got around Jim Fife in the 63 truck. He had a little bit of a moment there, just outside of them. He got out into that no man's land and got a little bit squirrely, but everybody got underneath him. Now the 18 truck is trapped behind him, trying to get around him, and looks like he's going to get a clean run down the backstretch to get around him now.
Yeah, Jim Fife there, looking at his truck. He's involved in the first caution I do believe we had tonight. He's got some heavy damage to the right rear of that number 62 truck, but he is currently in 16th position, and if we get a quick yellow, he would be our lucky dog. But unfortunately, some of the rest of these trucks here are very close to going a lap down to our leader, Matt Busa, who continues to put on a clinic right now. He's worked up his lead to 2.5 seconds over second place Michael Duell, and that will give Matt Busa 25 laps led in tonight's 200-lap race, as we're working lap number 71, getting ready to start lap number 72.
Yeah, and actually, just as you were going through there, Chad, the 91 truck, the early dominant truck there, lost a couple positions and has fallen back to fifth position, and now has the 18 truck sort of trying to catch up to his bumper. So that truck has gone away on him now that he's not out with that clean track in front of him there. So now he's back to fifth position.
Trevor, we almost had a crash down here in turn number 2. Trying to figure out, I think that was Chance Manning in the number 9 machine. He got a little bit of a bump from the 33 of Alan Roll entering turn 1. Knocked Chance Manning sideways, but Chance Manning did a fantastic job. I think he even caught some of the grass there of keeping it straight. And that number 9 machine, and he will continue on. Chance Manning currently running in the 11th position.
Wow, actually I just took a quick look at the replay on that one, and that was some awesome driving by Chance. Like that could have been disastrous there, so that was some awesome driving there.
Yeah, looking back up front now, Trevor, the number 91 machine, you mentioned he's kind of been falling back, Cody Knutz here. It looks like he's still fighting a little bit of a loose condition. I'm seeing those front wheels turn to the right coming out of the turns, which, you know, if we were on a road course, that would be good, but we're not. So it's usually not good at a place like Martinsville. It means you're really loose, and he's really having to wheel that truck, and he's the more loose you are, the more those tires wear and get angry at you, so it makes it even harder to drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Turning right is never a good sign at an oval track, and just for the very reason is the fact it's not so much the fact that you're fighting the truck and you're having to battle it. It's that tire wear, because like you mentioned, this is a fixed truck or fixed setup series here, so everybody has the same setup in the trucks, but it's what you do with it and how you abuse it and how you treat it over the length of a run that really matters.
Well, Trevor, we've got some pretty good green flag going on right now, so I think we're going to step away and take a quick commercial break. And Matt Busa continuing to lead, but we're going to step away for just a couple of minutes. And you're watching the Integrity Racing League Truck Series at Martinsville Speedway on ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network. We'll be right back.
InsideSimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
And welcome back to the Integrity Racing League here at the Martinsville Speedway. Nothing changed while we were away at commercial break. Matt Busa, our series defending champion, continuing to lead the way, but he is still fighting a little bit of a loose condition. And Michael Duell hanging out in second place right now. But do want to point out, Trevor, while we were away there, that Matt Busa continuing to grow on his lead. He's now out to a 3.8 second lead. So Matt Busa has really dialed in that number 34 machine.
Yeah, definitely. And he has just gone around and put the 8 truck of Anthony Yankello a lap down here, so now that will leave us with only 11 trucks on the lead lap at this point in time.
Yeah, if we keep going like this, Matt Busa just might lap the whole field, but it's a pretty tall order, but he's really picking them up and putting them down right now.
Yeah, and actually this is, you know what, we were talking about before we went live here with, you know, some of the struggles we mentioned on the broadcast. And just, you know, the fact that, you know, we expected a little bit of beating and banging, and these guys are really minding their business here. You know, a couple little early issues, and but everybody's been quite clean so far.
Hey, Trevor, real quick from pit road, the 77 of Kyle Wicca came down pit road, and he started to change tires, but the crew chief had a little bit of change of plans, and now it looks like they have taken that truck behind the wall. Might be having some electrical issues. Not sure what's going on with the 77 of Kyle Wicca, but they're definitely in the garage right now, and I'm not sure if he's going to return to the track. So that's a little bit developing story. Remember, he was pretty fast in the early going. and started the race from 7th tonight. So unfortunate to see his night cut short.
Yeah, he was one of the trucks that we were watching earlier that was really struggling with the truck. He had the speed for sure, but he was one of the couple trucks we were watching that was really loose, and he spun it early. And I don't think it was a damage thing. I don't know if it like you said, maybe he had an electrical problem, or maybe he decided that he just had enough of this race, because I mean he was fighting that truck. So I mean it's one thing to have the speed, but if you can't keep it under control lap after lap, this can be a brutal place.
And Matt Busa continuing to pick him up and put him down. He is a couple of truck lengths now behind the 9 now of Chance Manning, who currently rides in 11th place and is our last person on the lead lap at this moment. But of course, Matt Busa a couple of truck lengths behind him there. And then just in front of Chance Manning is the 31 of Jeff Barker. And the Jolly Ranchers machine running in 10th right now, as Matt Busa is going to put the 9 a lap down. The 9 truck gave way there entering the turn. But, man, I'm telling you what, Trevor, the 34 truck tonight, Matt Busa, he is just really on a mission tonight. Like we said, now only 10 trucks on the lead lap, and the guy running 10th is only a truck length ahead of Matt Busa, so we might have 9 trucks on the lead lap here in a couple laps.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, just looking at that 31 truck as Matt Busa goes to the inside to put him a lap down, that is a right pretty truck. I mean, that Jolly Rancher paint scheme he's got going on there is a nice looking truck.
Yeah, absolutely. There, Trevor, a very pretty truck. A lot of trucks out here, though, actually are very nice looking. I like the 34 actually as well. It's a very nice Gatorade machine there. So the Gatorade G Series, we'll do a quick rundown of our top 10 here, Trevor. Right now, first place on lap number 93, this 200 lap event here at Martinsville Speedway, is of course Matt Busa leading the way. Michael Duell is running second, and he I don't think he can see Matt Busa anymore and out his windshield, but Jacob 5 currently in third.
Oh, wait a second, hold on, we got a Michael Duell just got into some lap traffic right on the start-finish line. The caution is out on the track.
Oh, wow, boy. We're going to have to check this out. I think Allen rolled the 88 and the 33 got together here. We're going to have to roll this back here on the Ewine replay and see if we can see what happened. It looks like, boy, this is a tough situation here, Trevor. The 88, Michael Duell, came up to lap the 33. The 33 kind of crowded him because he had a truck on his outside. I don't know if Michael Duell was aware of that, and that allowed the well, I don't know if allowed is the best word, but it caused the 33 and the 88 to get together coming out of turn number 4, and they just kind of got hooked together and went into the inside wall there. As you look at it here on the replay, the Laura Lawson's dialing up for us down there in production booth, doing a fabulous job with all of our camera views tonight here at Martinsville Speedway. So we're under our third caution tonight, and we have pit stops.
Yeah, not surprising. We have looks like a big majority of the leaders are coming down pit road right now.
Yeah, Trevor, not Michael, but Matt Busa and Jacob Pfeiffer on pit road. Matt Busa already got 4 tires and fuel. He's down and away, and the race off of pit road is going to be close because I think the 5 truck may have only taken 2 tires of Justin Kane, unless I'm mistaken, but Matt Busa does win the race off of pit road there. The 5 is back on pit road now, so must have missed his pit stall, I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually I thought he was making a move there myself to get some track position because I think he came in 7th, but you're right, he's back down pit road, so I don't know if he missed his pit stall or not, but unfortunately that made that a little bit less exciting than we thought it was going to be there. But he's back in his pit stall right now getting service.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on here. Looks like the crew going on that number 5 machine, going to go ahead and change 4 tires, and I do believe that's what the problem was, Trevor. Just looks like he didn't know where his pit stall was, because he has one of the first pit stalls here on pit road, and I don't think he realized that as he kept driving around the track, but he does come down now and get 4 tires and fuel, so he'll return to the racetrack, and he'll lose a few positions because of it, but hopefully he can make that back up.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point about this pit lane. It is a long pit lane, and because you're in the corners a lot in this pit lane, it is really hard to actually see your pit stall if you're on one of those corners. So it is really easy to miss your pit stall here.
Absolutely, Trevor. This is a very difficult track to find your pit stall. And another thing we want to point out, also to go along with the pit road, is the pit road speed limit is only 35 miles per hour. And when you're a race car driver, it is very difficult to go 35 miles per hour. I know that these guys are professionals and they can step in and do it, but man, it's got to be challenging to hit 35 miles per hour and always be constantly trying to drive around the corners and look for your pit stall. But tell you, a guy that's nailing everything tonight, that's Matt Busey. He's leading them back to the green flag here as we get the green flag, and we are starting lap 100, Trevor, halfway through this one already.
Yeah, it's a halfway point with less cautions than I actually anticipated. We've got some good side-by-side racing between teammates, Jacob Fife and Matt Dool. Matt Dool is trying to get back up there after Michael Dool. I'm sorry, after that incident there. I don't know where we got Matt Busey, we got Michael Dool, and I'm just mixing up names.
Is that another Canadian thing too, or what?
Well, I didn't call him a mile or a kilometer, so I'm not sure. But man, we got some good side-by-side racing here, and they don't want to give positions, even though they are teammates. But man, Jacob is not giving an inch, and he can't, because if he does, and he's going to fall. See, and there's the situation right there. He gives a position, and now he's going to lose even more.
Yeah, I was gonna say there, Trevor, that these guys are teammates. They got to play a little bit nice, and right as Jacob, I think, tried to let Michael go. That allowed the 53 James Hudson to kind of dive it under there going into turn number 1. And now he's battling for the third position now with Jacob 5. Some great side-by-side racing here for position. And I think the 53 will clear him coming off of turn number 2. Barely. Jacob comes back a little bit on the outside, but he's going to have to now deal with the 18 of Brendan Kohler, who earlier I said wasn't even here. So he's going to prove me wrong now that he is actually here as he's fighting for 4th place.
Yeah, wow, Jacob is losing a lot of spots on this exchange, and he's probably going to end up behind the 91 truck, I bet, before this is all over.
And that's just a product of this one-lane group track here. You get stuck on that outside. It's just so difficult to get back to the bottom. And you almost, I hate to say it, but you almost kind of got to be a jerk about it to try and get back down to the bottom so you don't keep going backwards. But fortunately, he will fall in line there behind the number 91. But remember, Jacob 5 started second on that restart. He will come across the line now in 6th. So he's got a lot of track position that he lost over those 2 or 3 laps there, Trevor.
Yeah, and big shout out to, a shout out to the 53 truck of James Hudson there. He actually started this race 5th, but we haven't really talked about him much now, and this race so far, and he is sitting there in the 3rd position.
Yeah, absolutely, and James Hudson actually came into tonight 16th in the point standings, so he's looking to try and get a good solid top 5 here and pick up a few positions in the standings before they head into the next race, which, by the way, will be at Rockingham next week. Love going to the Rock. I'm sure these guys are looking forward to getting there once this race is over with. Our next broadcast race with the Integrity Racing League, however, will not be until May 25th, where we will come to you from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All right, a lot of single line racing there, but Matt Musa has just checked out on the field once again and has got an awesome large lead over, well over 2 seconds here, going on 3 seconds. So he has just got that clean air and just left this group to fight it out for themselves.
And back here, Trevor, a battle for the 3rd position brewing between the 53 of James Hudson and the 18 of Brendan Kohler. Brendan Kohler is marching towards the front right now as he's looking under the 53 heading into 3. Really drove it in there hard, and it is a drag race now down the front straightaway. But of course, Brendan Kohler is going to have that preferred line down here on the inside next to those yellow curves, which, by the way, haven't changed in 70 years. And he is going to clear him as they head down. Well, almost. Boy, James Hudson's really hanging tough on that outside, Trevor, but now I think the 18 is going to get him.
Yeah, and that outside lane is really, really tough to hang out in there, like we were mentioning earlier. Like, that is not the preferred lane by any stretch of the imagination. It is hard to hold your truck out there and keep off the door of the guy beside you, because you want to get down towards that yellow curbing as much as you can. Ooh, looks like
the 19 truck back there, Trevor. You got really sideways entering the turn.
Yeah, that was he was going slideways right through that corner. And you mentioned we were mentioning the 19 truck earlier on in the race. He was one of the trucks. Brad Patton there was really struggling with looseness in that truck earlier, and looks like he is still in that position right now. He is sitting there in 14th position, 1 lap down currently.
And he came through turns 3 and 4 again, really sideways. So Brad Patton struggling tonight. Remember, he's our Rookie of the Year leader coming in tonight, so he's got his hands full in that truck right now. And back up front, Trevor, not really anything different. Matt Busa going around a couple of lap traffic trucks right now, just past the 31 truck again. Jeff Barger putting him back a lap down, so now only 10 trucks. Currently on the lead lap. Matt Busa is checked out to just shy of a 4-second lead. Trevor, he has led 70 laps tonight out of the 116 that we have currently run. And I'm telling you what, I don't know what these guys are going to do to catch Matt Busa, because he is flying. Yeah, well, we thought that he'd be on a mission tonight, and he is certainly proving that point to be true here. We thought the 91 truck was going to be the dominant truck in the early going here, but he has fallen back, and he's sitting in 5th position there, and Matt is just putting on a clinic right now and just driving away from these guys. And Trevor, looking back though, the battle for second position might be heating up here in just a minute between the 88 of Michael Dole and the 18 of Brad Patton, or Brendan Kohler. Brendan Kohler is kind of looking to the inside every once in a while. He's looks like he's got a good set of Goodyears on that truck this time by, and he's figured out where he needs to drive it, because Brendan Kohler and that number 18 is coming to the front right now, Trevor. He's going to look to the inside of Michael Dole heading into turn number 1 again. Oh, that's going to be really close. And he backs off just enough to let Michael know that he's there, but he hadn't hit him yet.
Wow, and as a matter of, as quickly as these things can turn around, the 9 truck of Chance Manning was the wave around truck on that last caution there, and he has just been lapped again, and we're not that far into this green flag run. I mean, it does not take long for that truck to fall back, especially, when you get the wave around, you're in the back of that pack there, like you mentioned earlier. You start the race, or each restart at a disadvantage, because you're going to have a bunch of trucks, not that far behind you here, and he's already back to a lap down and sitting in the lucky dog position, hoping to get it again, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, we got, let's see, I'm looking down through here right now. We got about 6 trucks that can fight for that lucky dog spot right now, Trevor. So Jeff Barger in the number 31 is definitely going to be trying to get back around the 9 before we have another caution, if we have another caution. But back up front, the 18, Brendan Kohler got a little bit loose a couple laps ago, and that has allowed 88 of Michael Dole to get a little bit of about a half a second separation or so. So that battle is kind of simmered down, and pretty much everyone on the track is single file right now. Yep, looks like Matt Busa is looking underneath the 26 truck of Daniel Holloway, trying to get underneath of him, and Daniel's not giving up that position too easily. That'll keep him a lap down. Oh, looks like he hits the door of Matt Busa as he tries to stay off him there. Got a little sideways, made a little bit of contact, but everybody stays going. So the new lucky dog position is Daniel Holloway there in that 26 truck, and wow, that was a tense moment there in the front stretch for Matt Busa, I bet. Yeah, and he didn't seem to do too much damage to the 34 truck, but man, that's got to make your heart skip a couple beats if you're Matt Busa there. Just trying to give a little bit of room there to get around Daniel there, and a little too close for comfort. But like you said, everybody made it through okay. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. I mean,
you say, what was the 26 truck doing there? I mean, he's the leader's coming up on him, but he's fighting to stay on that lead lap. And at Martinsville, a caution is only ever a second away at any given point in time. So, he was fighting to stay on that lead lap. So, he's doing what he has to do for his team, and he's just coming around the corner, and he is loose all of a sudden. The 26 truck coming through 3 and 4, and he was sideways through there.
And he's got second through about 6 or so all over him now, so he's going to have to be careful here with the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place truck all over him. Now Michael Duell will head under him in turns number 3 and 4. Oh boy, Daniel Holloway's getting really loose coming out of the turn there. He's got to make these top 5 or so a little bit nervous going around the 26, but now most of them clear him. Oh boy, Jacob Fife got loose coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, that was some pretty tense moments, and he's up in that that darker area of the pavement there, and like I said, that can get pretty greasy up there once you get off the groove. So good job by Daniel to keep that truck under control, and everybody got by fine, and everybody can start breathing again.
Absolutely. Just wanted to point out something else here. We had noticed that the 5 truck of Justin Kane, who we've only talked about I think once tonight, Trevor, where he had a little bit of a miscue on pit road under that last caution. He's currently the last truck on the lead lap, and he's kind of in no man's land. There's not really anybody around him right now, and that American racing truck. So he's got, I want to say, he's got a little over a straightaway length before Matt Bussell will be on his back bumper looking to lap him. But Justin Kane kind of holding his own right now in the 8th place.
Yeah, actually looking back, not only he's got the time, but he's also got 2 trucks between him and the leader as well, that the leader's going to have to get around before he can get to him, and so that'll slope the leader just a little bit. So he's got a little bit of breathing room, but I bet you he's sitting there calling out every little piece of debris that he can see out on that track and hoping for a caution so we can get caught back up to the group.
Just wanted to point out there, coming out of turn number 2, Anthony Ankello, who's another guy that we haven't mentioned too much. He got really up and out of the groove and almost hit the wall, but he managed to keep it going straight, and that Budweiser machine looks pretty clean. A little bit of right front damage on Anthony's truck right now, but he's 2 laps down in 15th place. Trevor, we're working lap 134 right now. Matt Bussell dominating at Martinsville right now. He has led 89 laps tonight. He has just under a 4-second lead. We're going to go ahead and take our final commercial break for the night. We'll bring you back for the finish here at Martinsville Speedway.
Radio Network. Join 5,000 plus other listeners where you can hear everything from big 80s metal to classic rock and roll, country radio, ETV, live sports radio, even adult and unplugged rock and roll. HDRadioNetwork.com, one of the fastest growing internet radio networks. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take it with you, cowboy. Get the mobile app for Android, iPhone, iPad, and all the rest from TuneIn.com.
InsideSimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
And welcome back to Martinsville Speedway. We're the Integrity Racing League here in the Silverado Fixed Trucks are having a lot of fun out here tonight at this half-mile track, Trevor. And just wanted to mention real quickly as we come back from commercial break here that the Integrity Racing League has an overall sponsor this season, which is Pro Powder and Paint. You can check them out at propowderandpaint.net. And nothing changed while we were in commercial, Trevor, except for the fact that Matt Buse's lead is larger. He gained right at about a second, actually, I think, while we were away on his lead. It's just under 5 seconds now as we work lap 142.
All right, Chad, like you were mentioning there, Matt Busa is up in front there with a huge commanding lead right now in the 34 truck, with Michael Duell sitting in second position in that 88 truck.
And currently right now, Brendan Kohler is in third place in that number 18 machine. Still fighting a little bit of a loose condition, but Trevor, he's just way nicely up there. And Cody Kutzner, who led 40 laps early in the race and started from the pole tonight here at Martinsville Speedway, is falling back to fourth place.
Actually, and looks like the 33 truck's having some issues on the front straightaway. He was against the wall, scraping it there, but Allen seems to have gotten it going. It almost looked like he was going to come to a stop there for a second, but it looks like he's going. Back to the standings there. In fifth position, we have Jacob Fife in the 36 truck, and in sixth position right now we have James Hudson in the 53 truck.
Michael Stroll is currently up in the seventh position of the 15 truck. Remember, he pancaked the wall there earlier, but kept it going nice and clean otherwise. And the last truck on the lead lap right now, who we've talked about a couple of times tonight, is Justin Kane in the number 5 machine, as only 8 trucks are on the lead lap. But I tell you what, though, Matt Busa is coming, and he's getting really close to that 5 truck. Only about a second probably separates those two. So here in a few laps, if they can keep going the way that they're going right now, and we stay under the green flag, I think we're only going to have 7 trucks on the lead lap, Trevor.
Yeah, we were mentioning the 5 truck before we went to commercial there, and he had a little bit of a buffer zone between him and the 34 truck, and that buffer is gone, as he can see the 34 in his rear view mirror right now. And as much as he was hoping for the caution before, I bet you he is screaming into his microphone, there is hot dog wrappers all over this track. Please throw that caution.
There's plenty of hot dog wrappers around here, Trevor. After all, the famous Martinsville hot dog. I'm pretty sure you snuck away to try and go get you one there under that commercial, but you came back talking, so I don't guess you got one.
I'm a professional broadcaster there, Chad, so I can get the food out of the mouth in time to actually cue up the microphone here. But Matt has put the 5 truck a lap down as we were talking about hot dogs, and he just continues to roll forward.
Yeah, Matt Busa putting on a dominant performance tonight. He has led over half the laps tonight, Trevor. He's led 105 of the 151 that we have logged tonight. In fact, we've only had 3 leaders, beg your pardon. Michael Duell led 5 laps earlier in the race, and of course we talked about Cody Kutzner, leading the first 40 laps, I believe it was tonight, and then ever since, of course, Matt Busa in that number 34 truck has been leading the way. But another truck we want to keep an eye on that you had mentioned, Trevor, had kind of moved towards the front was the 53 of James Hudson. He has kind of slid back now. Not quite sure why, but he's back in the 6th position and is losing time to the front 5.
Yeah, if we can actually just keep the camera towards the Matt Busa here, and he's coming up on some lap traffic here, and I've been watching them the last few laps, and these 2 guys right in front of him have been really struggling to keep the trucks under control here. Daniel Holloway there in the 26 truck, as we mentioned earlier, was struggling a bit, and I'm a little bit nervous if I'm Matt right now. Looks like he gets past one of them okay. That's Chance there, and the 26 truck was also, I was watching him a couple laps ago, and he was dead sideways coming onto the front stretch here. And you remember they made a little bit of contact last time he lapped him, so we'll see how this goes this time.
Yeah, boy, Daniel Holloway did. Oh, Daniel's gonna spin out. Oh my goodness, that was almost a disaster. And now they both wreck, and the 5 truck gets into it. A 3-car crash right here between the 9 and the 26 and the 5. That almost involved our leader, Matt Busa. That was hairy, Trevor, but unfortunately, Justin Kane, who had just gone a lap down, and if he could have missed the wreck, I think it would have benefited from the lucky dog, but unfortunately, he just plowed right into it.
Yeah.
As you check it out on the replay now here on ETV Live, just looks like Daniel Holloway got loose. Probably drove it in too hard, trying to stay on the lead lap, and then realized that the leader was on his inside more than likely, and unfortunately just spun the truck out. And then he saved it, and then the 9 of Chance Manning spun out and took Daniel back out, and then of course the 5 truck had nowhere to go. But Trevor, we got pit stops right now as Matt Buse is on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like we have a lot of leaders there. I see Matt there, the 88. 91's down pit road. Looks like 36 trucks down there as well. If only we had a pit road reporter here this week, but we don't there, Chad. So it'd be a lot easier to keep track of this sort of things.
Well, Trevor, I just wanted to point out something. We've got a developing story here with Matt Busa. He actually came down pit road right there and drove through the pit road, but never made it into his pit stall, and he is coming back down pit road now for a second time to the attention of his pit crew. I don't know if he missed his pit stall or what's going on, but that's costly right there.
Wow, that is an interesting development for sure. I mean, he has been dominant on the racetrack, but we mentioned that this pit road can be really, really tricky.
And he comes down and gets 4 tires and gets a little bit of damage fixed, but I think he just missed his pit stall, Trevor, because he has the very first pit stall as 20 trucks made it tonight, and Matt Busa started almost shotgun on the field. The 51 truck started last, but he has since retired, so now Matt Busa has the first pit stall, and he missed it. I'm hearing over the radio chat right now that Matt Busa missed his pit stall.
Yeah, I was listening to the conversation between him and his crew chief there and trying to figure out what happened there, and he just flat out missed it. I was watching the replay and didn't even make a dive for it at all. He just completely flat out just drove right by it. So this will be interesting because we know he has the dominant trucks, and now he has a lot of trucks to pass here. So this is going to make this last 50 or 40 laps here of the race really interesting.
Absolutely, Trevor. He's gonna come out position here. Looks like 6th. So fortunately, there's only about 7 trucks on the lead lap, so he's not going to suffer too bad. But still, yet he's going to be in 6th, and probably more importantly, he's going to be stuck on the outside, which is never good. But hey, Michael Duell, he's the new race leader here, Trevor. He's been pretty strong all night long. He's going to bring us to the green flag here on lap 1, number 60, and the green flag is back out, and he got a fantastic jump over the 91 of Coney Canutt.
Yeah, and that 91 sitting there in 2nd position there, and he was a dominant truck early on, so let's see what he can do. Oh, Matt Buse is in the wall!
Yeah, the 53 truck of James Hudson thought it was clear coming out for turn number 2, but Matt Buse was on his outside, and Matt Buse made some pretty heavy contact with the wall there, but fortunately everybody kept going straight, and we don't have a caution. But I think Matt Buse has got a little bit of damage to that number 34 machine now.
Wow, and you got to get into the mind of that 34 truck right now, and the fact that he's had such bad luck all season. He's had such a dominant run here as he makes his pass there to move up another position. But you got to be thinking that he's thinking, oh really? I mean, I'm cursed and I can't get past this. Like he's got to get past that mental block right now.
And that's a very difficult thing to do, Trevor, is get past the mental block. This is where you find out. I mean, he is the defending champion, so we know that he's capable of getting back up there and competing for the win. And speaking of competing for the win, that 18, Brendan Kohler just gave a little bit of a bump to Cody Kunstler for the 2nd position, and he is trying to pass him here, coming off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And it looks like he's going to complete that pass heading into turn number 1, and now Jacob Fife Going to take advantage of the open door on the number 91 machine. And if Matt Busa, who is now right behind these two, if he can get in there, and it looks like he will, he might take the position away from the 91 and move into fourth.
Yeah, that's the thing. You open up that door, and all of a sudden everybody's coming in saying, hey, thank you very much for opening that door. I'm just going to slide on through there.
Out front, though, Michael Dole got just under a 1 second lead right now on the new second place man, Brandon Kohler. So Michael Dole kind of peaking at the right time, so to speak, Trevor. And I think I remember him doing that in our last broadcast race at Bristol. He kind of hung around the top 5 and the top 10 all night long, and then lo and behold, he kind of snuck away with a win.
Yeah, I remember that quite well with that happening there. And one thing to follow up on the 18, you mentioned he bumped a little bit to make that position as Jacob gets real close to that rear bumper there. As I mentioned, he's actually on probation this week because of incident count, and if he exceeds 14 incidents in this race here, he's going to be suspended for the next race. So while he's racing to try to chase down that leader, he's got to keep him, keep that in mind and not get into any trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to show a little bit of patience right now, trying not to work that incident count too much. Boy, Jacob 5 drove it really hard in there. Almost looked like he got a little sideways actually, but I think he was pretty straight, and he is really working hard on that 18. As now these guys are still. Now he's giving a little bit of a bump there. Jacob 5 showing that front bumper to the rear bumper there, the 18 truck. I was getting ready to say they were kind of starting to reel in Michael Dole. But the battle for second is where it's at right now, Trevor.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that these guys are racing so hard, trying to get those position between the 18 and the 36. Oh, and the 36 almost looked like he was going to get inside there, and the 34 truck behind them. But Michael Duell's not running away from them. I'd think that if Matt Busa was the person, showing the point here, that he'd be running away. But Michael does not seem to have that power. As Matt looks inside Jacob Fife here.
That's going to be tight. Oh, man, this is so tight.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and the 5 car gets in the way, and now they're wrecked. Matt Busa hard into the wall, and he's spinning. That might bring out a caution, but we don't have one yet. Yep, there we go. There's the caution.
Wow.
Boy. And Matt Busa's tough luck stretch continues, unfortunately, there, Trevor. Had the dominant truck tonight, and we watch it here on the replay. Laura Lawson's dialed up for us. Then in the booth, just trying to get to the inside there of Jacob Fife, but Jacob Fife was trying to get around the 18 of Brendan Kohler right in front of him. And, of course, the lap truck there of Justin Kane in the 5 kind of was, I don't want to say he was in the way, but he was kind of off the pace there a little bit. Jacob Fife, I don't think, was expecting it. Ran up into him, moved down the track, and, of course, Matt Busa was already there. And Matt Busa now with heavy, heavy damage to that number 34 machine. Unfortunate again for Matt Busa.
Yeah, actually, I'm just watching the 34 truck right now, and he is not tracking straight. And that's one thing we mentioned. You can get your fenders bunched in there a little bit, and that's not a big deal. But once that wheel is no longer driving straight and true, then you've got problems, and that is what he's got right now.
Do want to mention, though, while we're under the caution here, we've got some leaders on pit road. The 53 of James Hudson looks like he only takes 2 tires. He will win the race off pit road. The 18 truck came down for 4. The 36 came down for 4. The 91 truck also came down for 4 tires. So some of our top 5 came down here for some tires. And I don't think Michael Duell pitted.
Does not look like it. Looks like the 34 truck has pulled into his pit stall to get at the attention of the pit crew here. And he has taken that truck to the garage. Oh my goodness, what a development late in this race here. Like, that is amazing that he has had such a dominant truck and to get taken out again. But that really goes back to that missed pit stall. If he had not missed his pit stall, he would not have been back in the pack there, and he would not have been in that situation. So it all leads right back to that.
And unfortunately, Trevor, sometimes that's just the way that it goes there. But you want to see if we can try and get somebody down here in the broadcast booth, see if we can get them on the radio? I was thinking about maybe picking on Michael Duell, our current race leader. What do you think about that?
Let's make it happen.
Hey, Michael Duell, this is Chad Dalton of the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Chad?
Hey man, you're currently leading the race there. It's a pretty good place to be. Working lap 176. You think you can hold on for the win?
Yeah, we'll see. I didn't realize everybody was going to pit so late in the race. They got new tires. We'll see what happens.
Well, we're getting ready to go back to green here. Good luck to you there, Michael, and see if you can bring it home.
I appreciate it, guys.
That's an interesting point there, Chad, as we're about to go green here. Everybody pitted for fresh tires, and Michael did not, so he is leading this race. He's got that preferred position to start this this race back up again as the pace car goes in, but he is not got as fresh tires as the guys behind him, so this will be interesting.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he spins his tires. Boy, the 18 ready to go, and boy, the 18 spun his tires. Actually, Michael Dole gets a pretty good restart. Boy, there's some beating and banging going on right now, Trevor. Everybody knows that. Oh, boy, the 18 gets in the back of the 88, almost spins him out. And now looky there. James Hudson takes the lead on the outside.
Wow, the 53 truck had been falling back earlier on, but there he is leading the pack there with the 36 of Jacob Fife looking on the inside.
Look at Jacob Fife with a bold move. Boy, these guys are really starting to race now, Trevor.
Well, with 20 laps, just over 20 laps left to go here in the race, it is go time. There's no longer time to be patient. It is time to lay it out all on the line right now.
Boy, Jacob Fife, Trevor, with the move of the race, I want to say that was incredible. He was on the outside lane, cleared his teammate Michael Duell, and dove to the inside of the 53 of James Hudson. And Michael Duell, I think he's got some problems now as he's losing a spot to the 18 now, and the 91 truck, and the 19, hey, guess what, Trevor? The 19 of Brad Patton, involved in the second caution, I believe it was. He's back up into 6th.
Yeah, and he is on the inside of Michael Duell. Wow, that Michael was really struggling there just before he got passed by those guys. I noticed he had a little bit of twitch to the outside wall there, so he is fighting some conditions. And that's we had mentioned it earlier on. It was the fact that you know, he did not pit, and he has the older tires, and that is certainly looking to play out in the later stages of this race right now, Chad.
Absolutely, and Trevor, the 91 of Cody Alt tried to put a little bit of a dive bomb move on Brandon Kohler, who's in 3rd, but thought a little bit better of it. I know we're getting down to about 18 laps to go, but we don't want to leave here with somebody mad at you. I mean, I know that it's short track and you know, tempers flare, but you know, I wouldn't want to be the guy to run somebody over and have somebody screaming for my head afterward.
Yeah, and especially as they're heading to Rockingham next week, it's not going to get any easier. With you know, Martinsville is a tough track to race, and once they head to the Rock, it doesn't get any easier for these guys.
With Trevor, Jacob Fife, though, after making that bold move to get to the lead as a 53, oh, we got a caution. Caution is out on the speedway. Going to try and see if it looks like somebody on the front straightaway here. Perhaps maybe Charles Counts. We're going to have to see if we can find this on the replay. But yeah, actually it was Charles Counts. The number 81 machine is the reason for the caution here, Trevor. As we're going to try and cue it up here on the replay for you guys. Looks like Charles just drove in too hot into turn number 3. Was pretty loose all throughout the corner. Then he just lost it coming out of turn number 4. Just completely spun. So that will bring out the caution.
Yeah, and didn't mean to jump over you there, but the 88 truck and Michael Duell is heading down pit road, and he's I think realizing, wow, I should have taken tires on that last run there. So he's going to come down to the attention of his pit crew and get some fresh tires on there, and hopefully make a run for the lead here in the end.
Yeah, that unfortunately will come back to haunt Michael, more than likely not taking tires on that last caution. But it is a difficult position to be in. Where he was at the time, he was the race leader, and it's hard to tell who's going to pit and who's not going to pit. And like we heard when we dialed him up there on the radio, he said he wasn't really expecting the guys to pit that late in the race. So unfortunately, Michael Duell lost several positions, but now he's got 4 good years there. But and I tell you what, Trevor, 13 laps to go next time by. These guys, they've been kind of minding their P's and Q's all race long, and kind of minding their manners, but I think the gloves are coming off. These guys are going at it.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, as we were going through there, I mentioned Michael had head down pit road there. But right now we have let's look, 7 trucks on the lead lap, and the 19 truck, the 88, and the 15 all came down and got tires on that pit. On that round of pit stops there. So we have the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the last 3 trucks on the lead lap, all have fresh tires on there. So we have the first 4 have a little bit older, and then the next 3 after that got some fresh rubber on there. So this should be real interesting coming to the finish.
And just want to note that the lucky dog on this caution is Daniel Holloway. He's currently running in 8th place, but unfortunately he is 2 laps down, so he's only going to get 1 of those back. And actually, now I'm looking at the standings. This is pretty amazing, Trevor. 7 trucks on the lead lap, like you just mentioned. Everyone else, except now for Daniel Holloway, is 2 laps down or more. And so that a lot of that had to do with Matt Busa earlier in the race. And I think Michael Duell and Jacob Fife picking up where Matt Busa left off.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I've got to say, I'm amazed at the way that this race has played out, Chad. I mean, I expected a lot more bent fenders and whatnot, and we've had some long green flag runs here. I mean, kudos to these guys. Like, this is a tough track to run, and it's been a good job by these guys to get ready to go back to green.
Jacob Fife gonna, of course, take the inside line for the restart here. He is our leader as we're working lap 189. We're gonna get 11 to go as Jacob Fife is gonna take the green flag. Jumps out to a pretty comfortable lead there. The 91 kind of spun his tires on the restart there. And now the 88, Michael Duell, look at the bull move to the outside. Boy, that was close, though. The 91 almost clipped him. But Michael Duell is into the wall at a turn number 2. But he is making a hard charge, or at least he's trying to get up there and battle for the win. But unfortunately, he's on the outside, and I'm not sure that that's the place to be.
Yeah, but remember, he's got those fresh tires on there, and I think he was just trying to use every bit of track and then some to try to make the move.
Sorry, Trevor.
Yeah, no, and that's going to stack everybody up there. Oh, boy, we've got some bold moves going behind the 53 right now.
But I tell you, one guy who's smiling away right now looking at this in his mirror, that 36 truck, Jacob Fife, is a 19 of Brad Patton, makes a little bit of
Oh, the 18 truck is around going in 1 and 2, and we have caution out on the track.
Yep, I barely saw that, but good call there, Trevor. The 18 definitely went around. Brendan Kohler, we'll have to back it up here on the replay and see if we can see what happened to the 18 truck. As they went down the corner, 18 was running in 6th position at the time of the spin. So we'll have to see what happened here to Brendan Kohler on our replay. So we're, oh, it looks like he got a little bit of help from Michael Duell. Saw just a little bit of contact, not too much, as they entered turn number 1 there with the 18, Brendan Kohler on the outside. Remember those two were, or I think it was those two that were going at it a little bit earlier there, but just a little bit of a touch from the 88. Might have even been a little bit of a net code, not sure. But the 18 did a pretty good job of not spinning, but there was a separate wreck behind them. I think just from trying to check up and miss it. But the 18 right now on pit road, his toe looks out on the front of that car. So unfortunately, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to contend for the win tonight.
Yeah, actually be right behind them, like you mentioned there. It was the 63 of Jim Fife and the 81 truck of Charles Counts. Looks like they spun together trying to check up for that accident. I think they were actually the cause of the caution, as the 18 kept it pretty much straight, so I think the caution was actually behind him.
Yeah, absolutely there, Trevor. Still 7 trucks on the lead lap. I think Daniel Holloway is actually going to get the lucky dog once again in that number 26 machine, and that'll put him back on the lead lap for a little sprint to the finish here, Trevor.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of stick-to-itness, you know. I mean, the 26 truck was struggling earlier on, but he, you know, he had a couple of moments here and there, but you know, here he is back on the lead lap, and with so few trucks on the lead lap, he's going to probably get a decent finish out of it if he can bring it back to the start-finish line in for another, you know, 6 laps or so once we go back to green, and you know, keep it clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it pays to stay out there on the racetrack, and as you see him now coming around the pace car there, he is our lucky dog. So that will have 8. Now we have 8 trucks on the lead lap here for the 5 laps remaining, and everyone else on the track is 2 laps down or more. So, Trevor, coming to 4 laps to go, I would imagine the pace lights are going to turn off top Ford Mustang first pace car this time by. And trying to see here, they do go off the top. Who do you like, Trevor? Who do you think is going to pull this one out?
I'm looking at that 19 truck right now, actually. He's kind of been up and down, but he's got fresher rubber than the 2 guys ahead of him, and he's got that preferred inside lane. So if he can make a little bit of a jump on the 36 truck as he gives him a little bump in the back under caution to say, hey, here I am, I'm thinking the 19 truck is going to make a good run for this as we go back to green.
Jacob 5 going to lead him through the turn here. The 19, Brad Pat. Oh, and Jacob 5 jumps the start there. Oh, and the 19 gets loose, and he is spinning at the start-finish line, and the caution comes out. That is Brad Patton spinning, and that'll be the second time he's been in a crash, and I think that means we're going to end tonight's race, unfortunately, under the caution, Trevor, and it looks like Jacob Fife is going to take the win, but as you watch the replay, the 19 just made contact with the 53. Not sure if the 53 spun his tires or what, but unfortunate for the 19 of Brad Patton there. Just loops it around, coming to the green flag, Trevor.
Yeah, so that's what happens when I'm made to make a decision under pressure there. I pick the wrong truck, I jinx him, and everything goes to heck.
Yeah, that's the broadcaster's jink, as they say. But we're on the white flag right now, and it looks like Mr. Jacob Fife, who came into tonight's race, Trevor, in the third in the points, and he'd already picked up a win earlier in the season. He's going to pick up his second win tonight in Martinsville, no doubt. Always a tough track to get a win here. We're going to have to see if we can grab a word with him from Victory Lane here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to finish up with 8 trucks on the lead lap. Special shout out to the 26 truck of Daniel Holloway there for sticking it out. That's the what I like to call the Trevor Cameron finish. The just stay out there and hope for the best finish. That's how I get most of my good finishes.
And sometimes that's the way you got to do it, Trevor. You just got to, even though the truck might be a little beat up, you just got to get out there and do what you can to finish up the race. But I think you're down there in Victory Lane right now with our winner, Jacob Fife.
Hey, Jacob, that was a heck of a race. I can't say that it was as I expected, as you're burning down the rubber there, but that was an interesting race. Did you think you'd find yourself out here in Victory Lane with a couple of trucks that were more dominant than you throughout that race, but you had it when it counted there?
In all honesty, no. I did not expect to win. I was hoping for a good top 5. I seemed to keep ending up being on the outside on restarts, and I got lucky towards the later part of the run. I guess it was after the 4th caution or something like that. I was able to, clear the guy on my inside, and then I darted, I think it was dual, and then I darted to the low side to get under James Hudson and make eventually the winning pass. That was it was time to go. It was time to make a move, and I luckily was able to do it. So, but otherwise, no, I didn't expect to win. There was definitely at least 2 or 3 guys who were probably faster and better than me all night.
Hey, Jacob, this is Chad up in the booth. Congratulations on the win. I wanted to say, man, that was an awesome move you made there on after, I think it was the second to last restart, somewhere in there, where you were on the outside coming down the front straightaway. You dove down in front of your teammate, Michael Dole, and you passed the 53 of James Hudson going into turn 1. That was a very, very bold move, but you made it happen, and like you said, that was the winning move.
Yeah, I lucked out. I was really worried towards the last couple cautions. You had a couple guys who came in and got new tires, like I believe it was Cody and Brad Patton got new tires there towards the end, and they were really coming on strong. Luckily, to be quite honest, the cautions fell right for me. I was able to make the moves I needed to when it counted, and put me in position to take the win tonight.
Well, it was a certainly well-deserved win there, and Jacob, tell us who makes it happen for you. You got to think.
Yeah, man. I got to thank everybody first of all for coming out tonight. We have a great league here with some great guys, and our league's growing, which is good. I want to thank my partner in crime, Michael Dool, for helping me out with all the admin stuff and things like that. I want to thank Jeff Sykes for the paint scheme, really cool paint scheme we got for the truck car here, or yeah, for the truck. And I want to thank you guys at ETV and iRacing Today for doing this and you know, broadcasting these races throughout the year. I really do appreciate it, and we had a great race tonight, so hopefully it's gave you a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun up here in the booth, Jacob. It was it certainly played out a little bit differently than I expected. We figured there'd be a little bit more cautions, but the gloves didn't come off to the latter half of the race, so it was some good, smart racing by your guys there. So congratulations again on the win.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your race winner tonight here at Martinsville Speedway, Jacob Fife, who, by the way, only led the final 22 laps of the race, but those, that last one is all that matters, isn't it there, Trevor? But we saw, like you said, a great race here on ETV Live tonight, and Laura Lawson was down there in the production booth doing all the camera controls tonight, hanging out with JD Webb as well, and I want to give a shout-out to her for a fantastic job tonight bringing everything that you saw live here tonight at Martinsville. Trevor, any final thoughts?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, next time we're gonna be on the air here is the 25th of May at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that'll be a different complexion race, I think. I mean, obviously because it's a much larger track. I mean, I'm not going to guesstimate the size of the track because we saw what we did at the beginning with how much I was guessing how big Martinsville was, but it'll definitely be a different race, and I'm looking forward to getting on the air with these guys again. They showed a lot of respect tonight, and I was really proud to see them. Put it all on the line when it was time, and have some good, respectful racing there. So I had a lot of fun up here in the booth here tonight, there, Chad. So, any final thoughts from you?
Just wanted to point out that it is a mile and a half at Charlotte that we will be at. So hopefully you won't have to mention that next time we're on the air. But like you said, we saw some great respectful racing, and the gloves did come off there in the final 20 laps of the race. We saw a great finish. Jacob Fife taking the win. Want to do a quick plug for myself and Trevor Cameron. Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, is our iRacing Today radio show starting this Monday night, live on ETV Live Radio, powered by the HD Radio Network. Check out our website at iRacingTodayRadio.com. Other than that, for Trevor Cameron, Chad Dalton, JD Webb, and Laura Lawson, we're saying so long from Martinsville Speedway.